Hey friends, welcome back. So I really had to get this shelf in order. I really just wanted it out of here. I've had it for a few years. I got it off of Amazon and it was not working. There was a lot of wasted space because it wasn't quite wide enough to fit the things I needed on there. Like you couldn't fit much beside my Cricut maker because it's so long and kind of an awkward size and shape, so I needed to move all of this stuff off here, and then I'm going to replace it with another cube shelf, which I'm not really crazy about the modern furniture cube shelves, stuff like that, but the one to the right, I shared a video with y'all last year, I believe, of me putting that in there, and all I had was in that space to the right was a printer table. It was really a nightstand with a printer on it, and all the clutter was on the floor. So it was a huge improvement, and it's been helping out a lot. They did not have another cube shelf in that same color. I think it was in the color natural or something like that. I don't know why they changed the colors that they offer, but they did. Or they might still have it, just not in the size that I needed because I wanted to get a much bigger one. Anyway, so I ordered my cube shelves from Walmart.com, by the way. They're pretty affordable, and that's why I like them. I like that they're a little bit sturdy just because you have all of a little bit more sturdy, just because you have all of like the dividers, it makes it a sturdier shelf. And this one, it looks really nice from afar, but the shelf with the metal poles on it, the wooden planks, they're not wood. They are some sort of board wrapped in a faux wood vinyl. So, like I had a command hook attached to one and I pulled it and it actually kind of like ripped the vinyl. So just be cautious of that whenever you're ordering something like that from Amazon. They can look really nice from a distance, but up close they don't really look that great. So this is actually living in my hallway right now still. I don't know. I wanted to keep it just in case we decided it would be helpful to us in another room or something like that. But I, for the life of me, cannot think of a place in our house where this would serve us well. So I think I am gonna pass it on to someone. So after I got the shelf cleared off, I just scooted it out into the hallway and into our guest room, I think, to just kind of move it around. We don't have a very wide hallway, so it really needed to be fully out of the way for me to move the other shelf in. And then I got the broom in here, swept up any like dirt and stuff. Honestly, there wasn't that much at all on the floor that needed to be swept out of the way. And I found no spiders, which I was kind of shocked. But that was nice. So I'm just scooting this in, and I had to move one of the pieces of artwork down. They're just drawings that my husband drew for me back when we were in college or something, maybe high school. And this is the shelf. It is twice as wide, but the same height as the other one. And I believe the color is called Acorn.
To the city streets, we began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young, and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night.
So obviously the Cricut machine is too long to put in one of the cubes, but that's fine. I was just gonna have it live on the top of the shelf so it's easy to get to whenever I want to use it. I don't use it very often, but whenever I do want to use it, I would like for it to be easily accessible because it's kind of heavy and hard to handle. But on the bottom, I just put these locking Sterilite containers I already had stuff in. Stuff of it's like, what's in it is like extra folders, notebooks. I have one with like old electronics in it that we want to keep. I have some that's like church crafts, which you'll also see that I have a bin of church crafts. Those are just, they're hard to store, like little foam crafts and stuff like that, craft kits, all that stuff. The white bin I'm using for my craft kits, so that's like my knitting looms and my, what is it called? Not an eyelet punch, but a like snap punch kit, and just little kits and stuff that I would need. This is folded new fabric, as well as there's some Dollar Tree placemats in there that I want to make I want to do a sewing project with. These bins right here, that are just like in cardboard boxes, these are full of old radios, like emergency style radios, I think is what they are, that I inherited from my grandfather. And we want to keep them. I think some of them, my husband said, were missing parts, so I'm not sure what we're going to do about that, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. What I'm trying to figure out a spot for right now is these sheets that were given to me, and basically they're trash sheets. There's no holes in them or anything, but they're just really old, and what I'm going to use them for is to make mock-ups for whenever I sew things. If you don't know what that is, it's basically use some really cheap material to like do practice sewing or to make a pattern out of before you use your nice material, and that's what that's for. So I made a little spot for that, and you'll see that I kind of changed some things around. I'm going to put the puzzles in a cube with the radios because the radios didn't really take up enough of the cube to justify just having that one or the other in there. And something that was really nice was I got to move more stuff onto this shelf than what would fit onto the other shelf. This long basket up here fits my like crochet hooks, knitting needles, stuff like that, and this is a cute little Highland cow banner that a friend gave me for Valentine's Day. I thought that was really sweet. It has like hearts on it and stuff and fuzzy Highland cows. And this bin right here, I'm just filling it up with like party decorations, party supplies, stuff like that. Sometimes I decorate the nursery at church for different like holidays, occasions, stuff like that. So you might see that I have like some childish decorations and be like, what's that for? That's what that's for. But some of the decorations are also for my house. And I was just trying to look around and see what all, because there's stuff on the floor definitely that needed to have a home. And I was trying to think about what else I could put in each bin and keep it organized, stuff like that. So one of the things that I could not fit in my office before was gifts that I buy throughout the year. So sometimes if I find something small that I know like my parents would like, husband, whatever, extended family would like, and I normally get them gifts, I go ahead and pick it up and then I keep it in a bin. Well, I was keeping that stuff in our guest room, and it was getting kind of hard to like keep track of in there of what I had and what I didn't have. So I was able to make a bin that was like kids gifts specifically for like baby showers and little kid birthday parties and stuff like that, and also a separate bin for gifts for grown-ups. So in with my party decoration supplies, I'm keeping like my boxes of extra Christmas cards and thank you cards, stuff like that. If you're liking this video so far, please give it a like, and if you want to check out my other videos or subscribe, please do that. I almost didn't share this video yet because even though I'm working on the shelf and I think that turns out great in the end, the rest of my office doesn't look complete and there's still a lot of work to be done. So I wanted like a more satisfying before and after, if that makes sense. But I just decided to go ahead and share it because I don't know when it'll actually get to that point. I'm working on it like a little bit each day throughout the week since I put this shelf up. So hopefully I'll get it there soon. This is the basket I use for kids' gifts, and I just kind of had it not as well organized when it was in the guest room, so it was nice to have just one specific bin for it. But I've got like a Nerf toy and some baby clothes, stuff like that that I'll have at the ready to give people whenever those times comes. That way, like holidays and special occasions don't sneak up on me. It helps a lot, and it helps us save quite a bit of money, because if I find something on clearance, I don't have to pass on it. I can go ahead and get it if I know, if I have a specific person in mind that will enjoy it.
Find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set the rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. This really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. Life lessons come one in a dozen, the other 11 give something from nothing. I sit here looking for an answer. Maybe the biggest question was in the last chapter. You gave me the soul I have today. Without you I never could have moved away. But now I see what you teach. I do believe I always should have stayed. Yeah. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. One day I'll be yours. One day I'll be yours. One day I'll be yours. Life lessons come one in a dozen, the other 11 give something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen, the other 11 give something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen, the other 11 give something from nothing. Life changes, just open the door. One thing's certain, I'll always be yours.
Alright, y'all, that's all I was able to do on this day, and I hope y'all enjoyed hanging out with me as much as I did with y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.